Just checking, but is this Faith?
Who is this? And how did you get my number?
My name's Maria. I'm actually the one dating your husband.
What does that mean? I don't follow.
Wait, you're Nathan's wife, right? Uh-oh, did I accidentally message the wrong person?
No, I think you've got the right number. I just have no idea what you're talking about. My name is Faith, and my husband's name is Nathan.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Well, I'm not.
Oh yeah, I totally get that. I wouldn't be too excited either.
What do you mean by dating? My husband's been missing for the past 7 years. You do know that, right?
Oh yeah, he told me all about that. Ever since March of 2015, your husband has been gone, right? It was like he completely vanished into thin air.
Yes, that's correct. He suddenly disappeared one day, and all that was left was a note saying he was going on a trip to find himself. It also seemed like he had gotten rid of his phone, so I had no way to actually contact him. And no matter where I looked, I just couldn't find him. Yet you're suddenly messaging me saying you're dating him?
Well, Nathan was on his trip. Fate brought us together.
Oh yeah? How so?
You see, we met while I was trying to hike every mountain in California. And it was love at first sight. We've actually been living together for the past 5 years, by the way.
Are you serious?
Yep.
So, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt here. I want to believe that you had no idea he was married during those 5 years. And I'm guessing you recently found out, and that's why you decided to message me?
Huh? No, I knew all about that from the start.
Oh, wow. Never mind.
Yep, Nathan told me everything when we first met. About his marriage, about his trip to find himself. But none of that mattered to me. That's why we've been living together for 5 years now.
And you had no problem at all being with a married man? You didn't feel bad at all? Don't you have a conscience? A normal person would break it off. I can't believe he's been having an affair this whole time.
This isn't just an affair. Fate brought us together. This is true love.
You can say that despite knowingly being involved with a married man.
Yep, and that's why we've been living together, just like a married couple would. But last month, I found out that I was pregnant.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, don't worry, the kid is definitely his. Nathan was so happy. It brought him to tears.
Hold on a second. What the hell is going on? My husband was finally confirmed to be alive after 7 long years. But during that time, he's been living with his mistress? And to add insult to injury, his mistress just admitted to me that she's pregnant with his child? What's the point of even telling me about all this? What's your end goal here?
Oh, you really don't get it? I want you to get a divorce with him.
Oh, now it all makes sense.
That's right. Of course, Nathan's on board with it already. Since his child will be here soon, he probably felt like this needed to happen ASAP. He wants to formalize our marriage and live a happy life with me and our child. So please get divorced with him ASAP.
I would have never guessed he was off doing all of this. It didn't even cross my mind that something like this could even happen. I didn't think he was the type of person to do this.
Well, don't worry. Nathan's trip to find himself is finally over. He went out to find himself, but he found me instead. And as his ex-wife, I think you should be happy for him.
Why should I be happy for him?
Because he's getting everything he wanted. Everything he obviously wasn't getting while he was with you. He's finally having a child like he always wanted. I feel a little bad about suddenly asking you to divorce him, but this is just how things turned out. So I hope you understand and make things snappy.
I guess you're right. On one hand, I'm a little relieved he's alive and safe. On the other hand, I'm devastated this is what he was doing while he's been gone. And if he's happier with you, then please live a happy and loving life together.
Wowee! You're actually a pretty smart girl, huh?
Anyways, I'll let you know when I get everything processed for the divorce, okay? Bye. Hey, Jake. It's been a while. Are you free to chat for a bit?
Hey, Faith. I haven't heard from you in like forever. What's up?
Okay, so I've got a lot to say. To start, I finally found Nathan.
Wait, what? After 7 years, you finally found where my brother's been? So that means he's alive, right? Well, where is he? Where did you find him?
Well, I don't know the exact location.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, some girl named Maria just texted me saying that she's been dating him. She said that they met after he disappeared and that they've been dating for the past 5 years.
Are you serious? That's what he's been doing?
And then she said that she's pregnant with his child. She also mentioned that they want to formalize their relationship and get married. So she wants me to start the divorce proceedings as soon as possible.
Wait, hold on a second. This is also insane to take in all at once. So basically, he was living a completely new life?
Yeah, that's right. It's like he didn't even care about how worried we all were. And that woman still dated him despite knowing that he was a married man. I feel like this is the plot of a movie.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we got thrown into the cast.
Well, whatever. I'm just glad to hear that he's okay. I still don't know exactly where he is right now, but I figured I'd let you know as soon as possible.
Thanks for keeping me in the loop. Just knowing that he's alive is enough for me. This is a lot for both of us, but it's a huge weight off my shoulders. I'm sure it is for you, too.
Yeah, no problem. You've done so much for me over these past 7 years. It was the least I could do. Plus, we spent so long looking for Nathan together.
Yeah, you're right. I guess next you should ask that girl some questions. Like where Nathan's actually at. If you can, try and get his number from her, too.
He definitely doesn't want us to know his number. Why else would he have his mistress message us instead of himself?
I guess things never change, huh? He's still a jerk.
Well, regardless, I'll try and see if I can get some information out of her. Or maybe we could figure out a way to get him to contact us instead.
Well, as long as you keep calm, you'll probably figure something out. I wonder when she's going to give birth, or if they'll have a legit wedding. She doesn't sound like the brightest person, so maybe she'll accidentally let something slip when bragging to you.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Well, if I find out anything, I'll let you know immediately.
You're taking too long! When are Nathan and I going to be able to get married? Hurry up and submit the divorce papers!
Sorry, since he's been missing for so long, it took a little longer than I expected. But perfect timing. I actually just got notified that the processing of the divorce papers have been completed.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so you two can get married or whatever now.
Yay! Thanks so much. Alrighty then, guess I'll register us for marriage later today. And after that, we'll have to get all of our stuff packed to move into his old house.
You can't be serious. You know that's where I live, don't you?
Well, I heard something really interesting from Nathan. He told me he built the house you were living in all by himself. And you know what that means, right? The house is actually under his name.
So in other words, you're trying to kick me out of my own home just so you two can live in it together?
Yep. After all, a child needs a nice home to grow up in.
Not only are you trying to take my husband from me, you're also trying to take my home away from me too? Well, aren't you shameless?
I'm not shameless one bit. Actually, now that you mention it, you're the real shameless one. First you divorce him, then you try to continue living in his home.
What the hell do you mean?
Even if you wait patiently for the next 7 years, you don't have the right to live in that house anymore. After all, you're not his wife anymore. I am. So why don't you get out of my house, ex-wife?
You do know that this is my house, right? I have no right to live here? You must be truly confused. You two are the ones with no right to live here.
Oh yeah? How do you figure that?
But hey, a house this big is too much for me. I'm a generous person. I wouldn't mind moving out of here. But in return, I'll act as the landlord, and you two will pay me a monthly rent.
Wait, hold on. Give me a second to process this. What you're saying makes literally no sense. The house is under his name, right? And if that's the case, his ex-wife has no right to stay in his house, let alone ask us to pay for rent.
Oh, I must have forgotten to bring this little fact up. I've been pretty flustered lately due to recent events. While he was enjoying his life of absence, I changed whose name the house was under. Nathan was gone all this time and I had no idea if he'd be coming back or not. There were a lot of things in his name that I changed to mine. The house being one of them.
You can't be serious.
Do you know what happens when you file a missing persons report? Well, if someone is missing for 7 or more years, they're declared dead.
That's not true. I've of something so stupid in my life. He's obviously not dead, though.
That doesn't matter anymore. What's done is done. I did exactly what the law instructed me to do. If they are declared dead, their assets and inheritance are distributed. Well, since I did divorce him, I'm not entitled to his inheritance. But you know who is? His little brother, Jake. And with his help, I was able to pay off the mortgage to the house. And that's how I was easily able to get the rights to the land and the property. So to summarize, the house is mine.
This can't be true. You're so selfish and mean. Even though he was still alive. I had no idea that stupid rule existed. If we had known, we would have gotten in touch with you much sooner.
You think we're selfish and mean? You're the one dating my husband and waving it all in my face. If he didn't want to be declared dead, he should have come out of hiding.
Hold on a second. Are you trying to blame us for this?
Blame you? For what you did? Yes, honey, I am. Thanks to you, I now know he's still alive. So after you contacted me, I decided to remove the missing persons report and reinstate him as alive. But it took much longer for them to process it than I was expecting. Sorry for making you wait so long.
Wait, so you withdrew it? So that means that everything you've said up until this point was just to tease me, right? Doesn't that just mean that you bought his house without his consent? So the house and the land will go back under his name.
Sorry to tell you this, but that won't work.
What? Why not?
Normally, the house and land would go back to the original owner, but if it is sold to a third party, then it can't be returned. Even better, I wasn't the one who requested a divorce, so none of it will be going back to the two of you. Anyways, feel free to get married whenever you two want, okay?
OMG! This isn't what we wanted to happen! This country is so stupid! Who thinks of rules like that? You're being way more cruel than I was.
All I can say is if he had come home sooner, he wouldn't have been declared dead. After all, it takes about 7 years from when someone goes missing for them to officially be declared dead.
Well, I didn't know that! That would mean that he was declared dead this year, wouldn't it?
Yep, that's right. That's what I meant when I said that he should have come out of hiding sooner.
I can't believe this. If only we had contacted you just a little bit sooner.
Hey, Faith, guess what? He finally did it! My brother finally messaged me.
Wait, did he really?
Seems like he's panicking after losing his property. I could tell from the way he was typing. He was sending texts at a mile a minute and every other word was spelled wrong. Thanks to that, I found out his number and where he's been living.
That's great to hear. I'm just glad I filed the missing persons report so soon after he disappeared. And I have to thank you as well for helping me buy the house.
It was my pleasure. Thanks to that, we finally got my brother to come out of hiding. Now, after so many years, we'll finally be rid of all of this.
This must have been really rough on you too, huh, Jake? Anyways, I'll help you with anything you need from now on. So just let me know if anything comes up.
Thank you very much. I'm going to start by wringing my brother dry.
Hey, Faith! What the hell does this mean? Nathan told me that his brother was demanding $120,000.
It's Nathan's own fault for trying to run away from his debts. So why don't you tell that lover of yours that this is all his fault? No one else's but his.
Well, Nathan didn't know why he was being asked for so much money. That's why I came to ask you.
What do you mean?
Nathan said he had no idea why his debt was so high. He did mention that he took out a loan before he disappeared, but that shouldn't have mattered. After all, he said the loan was only about $40,000. He said he didn't borrow $120,000.
After all these years, that $40,000 has appreciated to $120,000.
What does that mean?
Wait a second. He told you he took out a loan? Wow, of course you'd say that. Yeah, there was no loan. You want to know where that came from? That was the money his parents saved up for his little brother Jake to go to college. Right before he left, Nathan got access to the account where the money was and wiped it clean.
He never told me that.
We didn't find out until after he was gone, but it looks like he stole that money to finance his trip. He completely ruined his brother's life. He was all set to go to college, but at the last minute, he had to drop out since he couldn't pay for it. Instead, he had to start working construction right out of high school.
Wait, are you telling the truth?
What benefit would I get out of lying? Just like he left a note for me, he left a note for Jake telling him he needed the money because he was divorcing me. He told him to keep it a secret. Jake just went along with it because there was literally nothing else he could have done. In reality, I'm assuming he was just blowing that cash on himself and then eventually you. It was only much later Jake and I got close and he obviously found out that we weren't divorced yet. That's the type of person who just knocked you up. Good luck with all of that.
I didn't know any of that.
Oh, you didn't expect that from the guy who walked out on his wife and started dating someone new while he was still technically married? Jake's been holding this grudge for the past 7 years.
So that's why Jake told Nathan that he owes him $120,000? No matter how angry he is, it's illegal to increase the loan from $40,000 to $120,000.
It's not illegal. In fact, the only thing that's illegal was Nathan taking the money. Jake's not doing anything wrong.
He didn't take that much.
I think Jake's giving his brother an ultimatum. Either he pays back the money he took plus interest, or he presses charges and goes to jail.
You're kidding.
Maria, did you not know? If you leave a loan without paying it, it'll rack up interest. There's the principal debt, the base interest rate, and the late payment fees. When you add all of that together, Jake figures it comes to about $120,000.
Whatever! He's just not going to pay that ridiculous amount. My child's going to be born soon, so how could this happen to us? We won't have a new home to live in, and now we owe $120,000? What are we going to do?
I don't care at all. You two fools chose this path. Well, whatever. Since you two are fated to be together, you'll figure something out.
How can you be so cold?
I'm glad that this was enough to put Nathan in a panic, though. Thanks to that, we finally know his number and where he lives. So now it's our turn to strike. We're going to pay the two of you back in full for all you've done to us.
What do you mean by the two of us? I didn't even know about the money that Nathan borrowed. I'm innocent. My only crime is loving him.
If you truly love someone, you'll do anything for them, right? After all, you're going to be his wife soon.
What the hell do you expect me to do? All I wanted was to live a happy life with him and our child.
All you've done is think about yourself. Do you have no empathy for what happened to his little brother? He was manipulated by the man you love. He had to break his back to get to where he is today because his future was ruined by his own brother. It's been 7 years, and only recently has he found a company that he actually enjoys working for. But now he's having to work while also going to college. He has so much pressure on him to succeed.
How was I supposed to know about all of that? I just want to live happily with the person I love.
Of course you wouldn't know that because you don't spend a second thinking about anyone other than yourself and my stupid ex-husband. That's why I don't feel bad for making you two pay for what you've done. After all, you're the one who was having an affair with my husband. I have the right to press charges on you just like I have the right to charge him.
Wait, stop. Please hold on a second.
You've known about this affair for over 5 years now. You might want to consult a lawyer soon, by the way.
Please hold on a second. I don't need all this stress. I'm a pregnant woman. My child is going to be born soon. Please have mercy. Please.
How about this? If you make sure that Nathan doesn't try and run away from all of this, I won't come after you and your baby.
What do you mean?
I want you to stay by Nathan's side and keep an eye on him. In other words, I want you to make sure he doesn't try and run away again. After all, someone who has run away once will likely try to run away again.
If I do that, you won't come after me specifically? If I make sure that Nathan doesn't run away, will you promise to leave me and my baby alone?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. His little brother helped me out a lot over these past 7 years, so I'll continue to help Jake recover the money that his brother owes him. I won't push for anything more.
Thank you so much. All right, if you promise me, then I'll make sure that Nathan doesn't run away.
Okay, you can consider this a formal contract with me. But if he does try to run away, you better stop him and contact me immediately. Do you understand?
Of course. Leave everything to me.
As I expected, Nathan ended up trying to abandon Maria. But it seems like she caught him packing his bags to leave by himself. And when that happened, she contacted me immediately. Actually, to keep him from running away, I allowed them both to live in my old house. It was all part of my plan that he was too stupid to realize. I set up security cameras around the premises, and Jake confiscated Nathan's wallet, credit card, and smartphone. Because of that, Nathan decided to quit trying to run away and instead took on 2 jobs, one at a factory that his family runs and another at a private company. Now he works every day of the week with no breaks. At first, Maria took on part-time jobs to help with the payments, but she mentioned that a lot of people have been loaning Nathan money. And as such, his debt has been steadily increasing, so now she wants to divorce him as soon as she can. When she told me that, I could tell that she was in tears.
Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.